Hi guys, and welcome to a Unity tutorial of a number shuffle. Let me show you guys how this works. There we go. All we just need to do is to work out how to make sure we complete the whole setting. And one other thing is we do have a solution there. If you want to check out the solution, yes, you can do that. Or you can reset it, start all over. There. And if you decide to use the solution, just click on the solution, and once you click on this, it tells you, well, you are a winner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Unity development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's start by ending that and starting a new project. So I'm going to click on new and make sure you select. We're going to be using 2D, so let's select 2D. And in here, give you a project name. So I call it number shuffle and click on create. There. Now the system is getting ready. Okay guys, the development environment is ready. So I'm going to start by coming right here. You see the hierarchy? Let's drop it down. Let's go straight to UI. And I'm going to select panel. There we go. That's my panel selected. So let's just drag that so that we can see what we want. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back straight to the panel. Right click on it and go back to UI, then we select legacy right here. Select the text. Alright, we have the text right there. So this text is going to be my title. So I'm going to change the name to TXT title. There we go. And let's change the fonts to number shuffle. And here where we have character, I'm going to leave that as area, and font style, make that bold. Font size, let's change that to something much more readable, 120, and get it centered. There. Let's drag it out more so that we can see what we just put together. There we go. And I'm going to take it right up here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is with this very font, I'm going to right click on the panel and let's add an image. Let's come in here to UI. You see the image, grab a hold of that. And this image, I'm going to change the back color to cadet blue. That's 95 by 158 by 160. There. So let's check out the size of this my text box. The size of the text box is 1055 by 136.588. So that's what I'm going to change the size of this image to. So I can just move that very image, select this anchor and just drag it up here. And I want the image to be right underneath. So first of all, I'm going to change the name of the image to ing title. There. Now drag the image, paste it right on top of the text box. There we go. So let's change the size of the image. Let's make sure, okay, that's fine. Now change the size. The width is 1000 plus and the height is 136.588. There we go. Alright, that's fine. Position it accordingly. That's very good. So I might as well just change the color of this my panel as well. So let's just come in there. I'm going to make it 95 by 158 by 160 as well. Alright, so that is fine. The next thing I want to do now, right click on the panel again. I'm now going to add buttons. So come right to my UI again and let's go straight to legacy. You see the button? Click on the button. That is the button I intend to use. And come right here, change the font color to 95 by 158 by 160. There we go. And I'm going to increase the size of that button. That's the very button depth. I'm going to make it 160 by 160. Right. And now let's do one thing. Change the name of that very button to BTN. Let's say num1. That would be the very first one. Okay, so now the font. Let's change the font of that button to something much more readable. So that would be number one though. So let's change it to maybe 100 and make sure that is bold. All right. And is center. Very good. It's dead center. I'm going to need 12 of those. So let's reposition this one, undo that. Let's select the button and just reposition it. Okay, since we will need 12 of these there button, I might as well do one thing with my panel. Select the panel. You see here where we have rect transform. Look at it right here. Click on that and let's just click on center so that we should be able to now adjust the size of that. So let's come in here. I'm going to make the size about 1300 plus or 1300 might do. Okay, and the height, let me change the height to about 700. Okay, now select the button, right click, duplicate, drag. We have two, so this one is BTN2. Right click, you might as well just do it in one go. Select both, right click, duplicate, drag. We have four, so that is going to be number 4 and this is number 3, BTN3, and this is BTN4. There we go. Now I'm going to select the 4 buttons, right click and duplicate, just push it down. Brilliant. And one more, right click again and create duplicates. There we have 12 now. That's good. So let me change the name and the data on them. So this is number 2. Change that to 2. And this, the next one here, that's number 3. Then we have 4. Change that to 4. And this is, let's make sure we select the right one. That would be BTN5. Let's change the button name to BTN5. And the text content on that would be 5. The next one, this is 8 actually, so change that to BTN8. And the text content is number 8. Okay, I'm just going to select it as I go along. That's 6. Text content, that will be BTN6. Oh, that's 6. Then who is this? That's 7. And change the text to 7. We're almost there. Okay, all of those are taken care of. Now this is BTN12. With the BTN12, the text content on it is empty. That's the space we need to shuffle around. This is BTN10. And change the text content as well to number 10. Now, that would be 11, BTN11. and text content of btn 11 will be 11. And here, the last one here, that will be 9. Yeah, that is it. btn 9. Test content of btn number 9 is 9. There, all sorted. Okay, so we are now on our way. So we need 3 more buttons. One for solution, one for resets, and the other one just for maybe the counter, something like that. Right, so we have, I can just rearrange them. I like them to be in order. So this is 9 and 12 right there. Okay, they are all in order now. Let's add 3 more buttons. So I might as well copy these 3 buttons. So let's just select these 3 buttons here. Right click and bring them all down. Where is it? Duplicate there. And just, okay. All right, so we have, that's 12. Take 12 up. All right, and this is 11 up as well. Okay, for the 3 buttons, we now need to, let's increase the width of these 3 buttons. Okay, let's add, I'm going to select them all first. Let's give them a bit of room away from the others. Now this one here, just move it here a little bit. Okay, select them all and come right here. I'm going to increase the width to, let's make that about 250 and see how that's going to look like. That is 250, drag it. That is still too small. I'm going to go for about 400. Let's see how 400 is. Okay, 400 kind of like answer what I want. But there's much space in there now. So let's change it to 380. Okay, 380. All right, yeah, that would do. Okay, let me just run my own system now. Before running it, let's do one or two things. Number 10, that's going to be btn solution. And the text content on it will be known as solution. Come right here and just drop this down. The text, change that to solution. Okay, we're gonna need more room. Now the next one is going to be btn resets, and the data on that is going to be known as reset. Let's reset. There we go. We have resets. And the last one, where is it? Oh, that has no name. Okay, we should change this one to btn counter. And the text on it, that is going to just be a 0. So that's going to count away. Why? Okay, see the counter, I'm going to bring the counter down. I want the counter down. Then I want the solution to be up there. Solution, solution back. Okay. But guess what? We still need more room still. Maybe it's going to be 400. Yeah, 400 we do. So which means I'm going to have to increase the size of all of this. So let's just come here. I made them 400 as well. Yeah, that's fine. Now this very one here, this image and this, we need to increase them. So grab hold of the image and just increase it a little bit more. Maybe make that 100. Too much. Yeah, that should be 1090. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to run it now. Let's just click on run and see how that's going to look like. Well, first thing, let's select the number, just drag them to the edge. Okay, so click on run. There we go. I'm going to change this game. Let's change that back to maximize run so that we can see the whole screen. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's fine. All right. Now, right underneath here, let's add a text box. No, just yeah, just a text. So first thing first, select every single component in there and just move them up a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Yeah, that we do. That we do. A little bit more. Okay. And right click on the panel again, come straight here, and let's go to legacy and let's add a text. This text, I'm going to bring it right down here. That text is to display the winner. That's to display if you won or not. So let's make that about 800, no, 700. Okay, that will do. And change the text. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of this. I can just enter something into it now. Number shuffle game. Okay, it to be changed if we have a winner. So let's come back in here, get the center, change this one to what we can see, just make it about 40 and make that bold. Let's increase the width. Let's see, that's about 40 as well. No, think maybe we should reduce it. 30. Okay, 30 we do. We can say it with 30, that's fine. Now run. Okay. I just need to realign this properly and maybe add a bit of room here. Okay, so let's select these three buttons again. I am not satisfied with how they look, so make that 420. Okay, 420. I'll move it in a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Okay, then I will settle for that. Counter. All right then. Now let's just run it and see. Okay, that's fine. So the next thing we want to do now is we need to put together some lines of codes. Okay, there's some lines of codes. Come right in here, you see the project area, right click on it and let's select create, and inside create select C# and that's it, it's coming up. Let's give that a name. I'm going to call it number, or let's just call it shuffle code. That's it, shuffle code. There we go. And open up the shuffle code. There, it's coming up now. Okay guys, my shuffle code is ready, so I'm going to kind of like get rid of all of these for now. Let's get rid of them. And in here, you see, I need some libraries. First of all, I need UI. So Unity Engine .ui. There. And I will also need using system. There we go. Now, right in here, inside my class, I'm going to create the following. First of all, I'm going to declare an integer counter. There. So after that, I'm going to create the following public variable. So let's say public. That is going to be text. Let's call it btn text1. There we go. So I need 12 of those. Just press enter and the system should automatically give us what we need to enter. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's very good if you are using Visual Studio 2022. That's what will happen. Okay, the next thing we'll now want to do is we need to create another one for the resets. So come right down here. That is going to be for btn resets again. After that, we need for solution. So let's come right down here, paste btn solution. Then we need for counter, yeah, btn counter. We have solution here. We do need one for the counter. So paste that and say btn counter number. Okay, I'll call it number of clicks. Number of clicks. Let's put an S there. And let's make that there's nothing there yet. Okay. And finally, I'm going to need one for my display. I'll call that txt display. You can just say display winner. Yeah, or display count. No, display winner. Or display winning. Yeah, it's just to display winning. And right now, there's nothing in it there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to create 3 functions. Let's come down here. So that's going to be a public function. Let's say public, get rid of this, we don't need this, public void, and I'll just call that empty spot checker. And this empty spot checker is going to take in 2 arguments. So I'll call my object text box, and I'll call the very first argument button. Let's just say button 1, comma. The next one is button number 2. The AI just told me what to enter, so enter statement block. Now, we're going to have to use an if statement to get this sorted. Okay, let me just come in here and say if button number 1, no, button number 2, if it's empty, if button number 2 dot text, if that is empty, remember, notice I just entered double equals because it's expecting it to be empty, comparing it actually. So I'm going to say if it's empty, then button number 2 dot text, we take in whatever value we have inside button 1 dot text. There. Once the content of button 1 is empty into button 2, then button 1 should be set empty. There we go. That's how simple that is. That is my very first function. Have a good look at that. Now, the second function that I'm going to put together now will just be a function that we will use to count who is if we've achieved the task. Okay, so I'm going to call that maybe solution checker, something like that. So grab all of these. Well, I can just grab all of these and change it around. Come in here, function number 2. So that is going to be known as solution checker. Get rid of this data. There's no argument in it. And press enter. There we go. All right. So inside the solution checker, we're going to use the if statement for all of this. So if button 1 equals, let's say if button 1 dot text, if that is equals the value 1, and button number 2 equals that as well, and button 3, we can just put button 3 underneath here. Button 3, put the and here. Copy all of these. Actually, that is for button 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, so this is button 3, change this to 3, and this is 4, and the value in it as well, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, that's fine. Now we have 5, 6, no 5, that's 6, and there as well, this will be 7, and 7 here. Then we have 8, and 8 right here, 9, 9 here, now 10, and 10 right there. Then this is 11, 11, this is 12, and a 12 here. And get rid of this. That's the brackets, close it off. There we go. So what I've just put together now is if the whole button happens to have 1 to 12, 12 is actually empty, so there will be nothing in here. So 11 up to 11, get rid of this. Yeah, up to 11 button is if it's empty. Now in that case, we now want our txt display here, this very guy here, just to display a message. That's all. Come right here, paste within the curly braces or the system block. That will be equals, maybe we just say well done, you are a winner. And that's all there is to that. There, done. Number 2 is taken care of. Now that's the second function. First one and second one. Now come right down here where I need to take care of function number 3. So that's going to be public. With the function number 3, I'm going to use that to shuffle the numbers around in the buttons. So that's going to require some serious programming. So let's say shuffle, press enter curly braces. Okay, let's first of all start by creating an array. So this array, I'm going to call it b number. That will be equals new integer, and how many do I have in there is going to be 12. Now let's declare another integer I. declare another one, and another one. I'm going to call it role checker. There we go. The I and the J, I'm going to use those ones for for loop, and this one I will use it for just, I'll use it for my random function. Then I also need a boolean. Let's say boolean, and that is going to be called flag. And first of all, let's say it is false for now. Now, let's say I equals, let's initialize it with a value of 1 there. Now, I'm going to use a do while loop. Do as follows. So let's grab hold of this role checker first. Role checker, that is going to be equals random. Yeah, random dot range, and the range will be 12. Very good. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, as you can see, we have an error here. That is the random. So we need to call the class in there. Let's right up here. We call the following using random equals unity engine dot random. So that should take care of that very error in there. Apart from this telling me I need to take care of the do while loop actually. So now in here I'm going to then use a for loop. So come right down here. So let's say for j, that will be equals 1, and j is less than and equals to I, j increment j plus plus. Okay, so that is fine. So let's come right down here, and let's use an if statement to check what we have inside the b number. So let's say if b num, let's enter the value of j inside b num, and that is going to be equals whatever we have inside the role checker. Get rid of this b num j. Okay, that is equals role checker here. Okay, enter another statement block. In that case, the flag is equals true. I'm going to accept that. All right. However, if the flag equals true here, flag equals true and break. So let's say if flag equals true here, if flag equals true, enter statement block again, then the flag is going to be false. Let's paste that in here, equals false there. Else, let's come down here using an else, that would be b number I, not a j, I. That one is going to be equals role checker equals role checker. In that case, I, that would be equals I plus 1. Now, let's take care of this error now. So we then say in there, y, see that error is gone, I is less than and equals to 11, enter semicolon in there. Then we want the following. See, all the errors are gone. We want every one of these to convert whatever data they have in there. Grab hold of number 1. come right down here. btn text1, let's get it converted. Convert dot to string. And what am I converting? Whatever we have inside the num1. So accept that, but the value is going to be 1 there. So that's the next one will be for number 2. So let's copy this. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So change that to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and finally 12. Let's come down here, grab one for 12. In the case of 12, there's nothing there. Paste that here, and that is 12. Okay, now change this. That is 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There. Okay, I think I've just finished up with the third function. Okay guys, let's have a good look at the 3 functions. First of all, make sure you have all of these on your system. These 3 libraries, 1, 2, and 3, you need them. Then declare the following. Okay, create the first function. That's function number 1, empty slot. Function number 2, solution checker. And function number 3, right there, the shuffle. Okay guys, now let's save that. Save, and let's go straight into Unity editor. You see it's now compiling. Inside this Unity editor, what I want to show to you guys is button 1 should be able to move to 2 and 5. 2 will be able to move in the direction of 1, 3, 6. 3 will be 2, 4, 7. Okay, and a good example again, 5 will be 1 and 7. 6 will be 2, 5, 7, 10, and so on. So let's take care of that. Now let's open up our program one more time back in here, and right underneath here I'm going to start by creating the function for the very first button, and that is btn text1. With btn text1, if you guys can still recall my brief explanation, you will notice I said btn text1 will be able to move in the direction of 2 and 5. So there's a btn text1 underscore click. So you must enter the events in there. It's click events. Now this is where this function is going to do its own thing. This function has 2 buttons in them. So the 2 buttons, so let's say empty spot checker right here, empty spot checker. That will take in the check the value that we have, which is btn text1, where text1 btn text1 can move to. It can move in the direction of btn text2, button 2. Okay, there, and it can also move in the direction of button number 5, btn 5. There we go. So at that same time we need to call the solution checker. So solution checker, make sure that is called. There we go. That takes care of the very first function. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to use it for number 2. Paste. This is button 2. And this is 2, 2, no, that's 2, and 2 right here. The 2 is moving in the same direction. Let's look for the direction it's moving. 2, we have to move 1, 3, and 6. Okay, so go back in here. So we need one more. That's 1, 3, and one more, 6. There. Change this to 6. There we go. Now button number 3. Let's copy this. Button number 3 we can move 3 different directions as well. So this is 3, and this will be 3, 3, 3 here. And the direction is going to be for that is 2, 4, and 7. 4 and 7. There. Now button number 4 can only move 2 directions. That is 3 and 8. Paste. This is 4. And this is 4 as well. 4. That is 3, 8. There. Button number 5 can move 3 directions. So let's copy this. Paste that here. And change this to 5. And here we have 5. 5 and 5. And that's the direction is going to be for. That is 1, 6, and 9. There. Then button 6. Button 6 can move in 4 directions. Paste that in there and change this to 6. And since button 6 can move 4 directions, copy one more, paste it in there, and change all of this to 6. And direction of movement of button 6 will be 2, 5, 7, 5. Let's arrange it in order, 7 and 10. There we go. And button 7 can move 4 directions as well. So I'm going to copy this, paste, change that to 7. We have 7 here. And that is going to be 3, 6, 8, and 11. There we go. Button 8 can move in 3 directions. Paste and change this to 8. And the movement of 8 is going to be 4, 7, 4, 7, and 12. Yeah, that's 12. Get rid of this. And this is 8, 8, and 8 here. That is for button number 8. As for button 9, now we only move 2 directions, 5 and 10. So paste and change this to 9. Delete this 2. And that is 5 here and 10 here. That is 9. There we go. Now, button 10. Button 10 can move in 3 directions. So that is 10. You have 10 here. 10 and 10. and the directions of movement of 10 is going to be 11, 9, and 6. And delete this. There. Then we have button 11. This is 11, 11, 11, and 11 here. And the direction of movement is going to be 12, 10, and 7. There. Then we have button 12. Button 12 can move 2 directions. So let's grab all of this and just paste that in there. Change that to 12. This is 12 and 12. Get rid of this. That should be inside its own area. So let's get rid of that. Paste. And this is 12, 12, and 12. That is 8, 11. Okay. Save that. Okay, guys, we just have 3 more to take care of. So the next one is going to be for the reset button. So I'm going to copy these. So let's come right down here, paste, and I'll just call that, I think we call it BTN reset. Let's check out the name up here. Here, that's it, reset game. Reset game. Bring it down. Reset game underscore click. And there. So when I want to reset, I need to call my shuffler that I have in here, the one that shuffles the button around. There we go. That's it. Call this guy here. That very function. I'm gonna paste that function in there. Paste there. And the display txt display is called txt display winning. The text, and I want to just to display the value that I have in there, the default value, which is number shuffle game once the system resets. Again, I think that's what I called it. There we go. And that's it. That takes care of the reset. Now, the other one is the BTN solution. I do have a function there called BTN solution, I believe, or a variable called BTN solution underscore check. Okay, there should be a U there. Let's see, I believe that's what I call this solution. Yeah, that is correct, BTN solution. And inside BTN solution, I need all of these buttons. Grab hold of that, come right down here, and paste it right in there. And the data in there will just be empty. So it's either we can just change that to that, okay, or we can just get rid of everything here and leave it as that. The choice is yours. Okay, the next one is 2. We have 2 here, and so on and so forth. So let's just speed that up. There we go, guys. So that's easy enough for you. So finally, I need to call my shuffler as soon as the system starts. So I'm going to say void, let's say start. Get rid of that. Okay, I want it to start, and when it starts, let me this. When it starts, I just want it to call the function called shuffle. There we go. That's it, done. Save that. Okay, so have a good look at the final lines of codes. All right, so we go into the system now, into the editor. That is the lines of code to shuffle. Okay, solution checker. Checking the empty spot, variables declare. There, save. Minimize that and let's go straight to the Unity development environment. All right, now that all that is done, I'm going to select the, so let me select the panel here, right click on the panel. I'm going to add an empty game object. So that very empty game object, I can just call it BTN game object. Okay, BTN game object. So the BTN game object, that is where I will add my lines of code. Make sure it's selected, drag it, drop it right there. Now I'm going to grab hold of all of the buttons, every single one of the buttons, and place them right inside BTN game object. So let's grab them, select all of the buttons, yeah, drag right inside. There we go. There. The only one that I left out is just the text box and this other one here. Actually, I was meant to change the name of this to TXT display. There we go. Okay, now that that is done, select my BTN game object. Right in there, you see all of my text box. Now drop it down. We now need to attach who belongs to who. The text box number 1, BTN1, drag, drop it in there. The next one, BTN2, drag, drop it in there. So BTN3, drag the object, drop it right in there. BTN number 4, drag the text, drop it in there. BTN number 5, drag the text, drop it in there. BTN6, repeat the same thing. BTN7, add 7 in there. Number 8, drag, drop. Number 9, drag and drop. Number 10, drag and drop. And while at it, guys, can you make sure you subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. So BTN number 11, drag and drop, and BTN number 12, drag and drop. Okay, now we have reset. Let's look for reset. Drop reset in there. Solution checker, drop it in there. Okay, and number of clicks, there we go. That's BTN counter, call that there. Finally, TXT display, the text display, drag and drop it in there. That is that all taken care of. Now we have one more process to go through. And the last stage is just for us to add functions to each of these buttons. So let's select all of the buttons. So select all of the buttons. There we go. And let's come straight to the inspector right here. Scroll right down. There. We now need the click events right here. The click events. So we don't have an object for it. So we need to click on the plus sign. Right in there, is empty. So drag the btn game object that houses all of the buttons, drag it and dump it right in there. Now we have object for every single button here. Now the final stage is to attach function to each object. Look at btn 1, number 1. Go straight to the shuffle code. We need btn function 1 attached. Number 2, repeat the same thing for number 2. Look for 2. There we go. Button click 2. Number 3, and repeat the same thing for number 3. Attach number 4 btn. Number 4, we need number 4 in there. Number 5, come right down here. Go straight to the name of your class. Mine is called shuffle code, and look for number 5. Function 5. Now number 6, come right down here. Look for function 6. 7. Repeat the same thing. Function 7. Now 8. Function number 8. Number 9. Repeat the same thing. Come right here. We have 9. 10. Function 10 up here. 11. Function number 11. Function 12. Come right there. Where's 12? 12 is up here. Very good. And the solution. So if you want to cheat, you just use the solution checker. There. Resets. Let's look for function resets. Reset the game. Then the counter. Do we have anything for counter? We don't seem to have anything for counter. So I think that's it. We have nothing for counter. Okay, we only added text to counter. So let's see here. It's just the text. Yeah, number of clicks. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Okay, guys, let's try it out and see. I'm going to click on run just to see how that looks like. Whoa, 1 error, 2 error. At least I can shuffle, but I have errors. Look at that. Let's see solution. No, that's not working. Okay, this works. Counter is not working. All right, let's see why the solution explorer or the solution function is not working. First of all, let's select the button solution here. I'll come right here. Oh God, I actually selected the wrong function. I was meant to select btn solution. There we go. That is it right there. Okay, that is sorted. So if I run it now, I should be able to get the solution working. Okay, solution. There we go. That's fine. 1 error taken care of. Now let's take care of the shuffle function. So select that and open it up. And right here, there we go. I spotted it immediately. That was supposed to be j equals 1, j less than or equals to the value of I. There. Just this. I mistakenly add 1. So I'm going to save that. Let's go back in there and see how that's going to work. It's compiling now. And let's see. Run. Okay, we have it's gone worst. At least that is working. Let's come back in here. Now, I'm going to go back in my codes. I think, you see this break? I'm going to get rid of that break. That was not meant to be there. Delete that. Let's save that. Back in here. And I'm going to run it one more time. Run. There we go. Look at that. That is brilliant. So I was meant to be there, and that break was not meant to be there. So let's see, let's shuffle it. But what other thing, my counter is now working. It's not telling me how many clicks that I've made so far. So I'm going to check that out and see why. It's meant to tell me how many clicks so far. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, this is now working. Now one solution is working, reset is working, and here this is the problem. So let's see why that is not working. Okay, with the solution on, if I dare click on here, that shows me well done, you won. So this is working. If I'm able to arrange the numbers accordingly, automatically this will come up. So the only one not working now is the solution, is the counter. So let's end that. So let's go back in the code. Double click on the code and let's come right down here. Just checking everything to make sure it's in order. And go back up here to see. Right there, guys, I found the error. You see right here, the solution checker. For every time I click, it was supposed to count. That is why I have this variable here. So I was meant to add a variable, but I mistakenly omitted it. So underneath here, I'm going to say counter will be equals counter plus 1. So that should be counter plus 1. Come right here and just put that in there. Get rid of this. Okay, that is the solution, but I mistakenly omitted it. Now I need to store the value of counter straight into the btn click, this very one. Copy that, come right down here, and you can say dot text, that will be equals counter dot to string. There we go. That is it. I'm going to save that. Hopefully I have, yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's it. So let's go to our Explorer or editor. Now decision time, let's run that and see. Hopefully the counter should work this time around. There we go, look at that, we have 1. There we go, guys, it is working. That is it. And this is how you create your own shuffle game. I know it's a little bit long, there's a lot of coding to take care of, but guess what, you guys will enjoy it. Okay, so with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this beautiful and very interesting tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Well, so I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. So let's cheat. There we have a winner, reset, and start all over. So guys, you all have a nice day now, and bye for now. And please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. You all have a nice day, man. Bye.